start of Unit 3, which is Inequalities. So you're going to learn how to solve and graph one variable inequalities. So we're going to start with the first standard, which is translating inequalities from written descriptions. Down below here, it gives the levels that we're trying to reach. So today, we're just going to worry about distinguishing between the phrases that model each different inequality symbol. We'll do one-step inequalities, so we'll put an operation into it, and add, subtract, multiply, or divide. And then into the level 3, we'll do some two-step inequalities as well. So within that one step, again, we are looking to add one of these symbols into it, and that'll bring it up to the level 2. But before we can do any of that, we need to know what phrases actually will make you write these symbols. The first thing we're going to do is down below in this chart, we're going to write down what phrases would make you write those particular symbols. So what could I say in words to make you write that symbol? I'm going to darken the lines in between a little bit so that we know that all of the words in between go for each symbol. The first one is a very straightforward. Words that would mean this symbol would be the words is less than. This is the symbol. If most people were reading it out, they would say 5 is less than 10, something like that. So this symbol is most commonly used as is less than. But we could also say is under. The temperature is going to be under 40 degrees. We could also say is fewer than, or just is below. Now these aren't the only words that would make you write that symbol. These are just some common examples to use. So an example of something you're going to do in just a minute is going to be like this. I'm going to say x is less than 5, and you're going to write that into a math inequality. So it's as simple as taking the letter x, translating is less than into a symbol, and then the number 5. Okay, that's our level 1. We know that less than is that symbol, so we have translated that back to level 1. Okay, let's talk about some more words. The opposite of the symbol that points to the left is the symbol that points to the right. Well, we're just going to change the words. Instead of is less than, we are going to write is more than. The opposite of is under would be is over or is above. The opposite of is fewer than would be is greater than. And then the opposite of is below, we already have is above, so maybe we would put is higher than. So an example would be x is greater than 7. And you're going to distinguish that greater than is this symbol. So there it is. Okay, those should be the two easier types. So we're going to go on to one that's a little bit more difficult. So we have two parts to this one. We have the is less than that you see up here, but then there's a line underneath. So what does that line mean? That line means that it could also be equal to. So the most commonly known phrase for this symbol is would be is less than or equal to. It's a mouthful, but all of that would make you just write this one symbol. Is less than or equal to. So x most I want you to spend is $20. So really I want you to spend less than $20, but you have a $20 bill, so you could spend equal to $20. The maximum I want you to spend, that also could be this symbol. And then the words no more than. Okay, so we'll use that one. Let's say X is no more than. So you would write X, you would identify the symbol no more than to be this symbol. And then maybe the number 10 is at the end. Okay, last one, we're just basically going to flip all of those words to the opposite, because this symbol is the opposite of that symbol. So the opposite of is less than would be is more than or greater than or higher than or above. But I'm just going to use is greater than. Or equal to. The opposite of maximum would be minimum. The opposite of at most would be at least. And the opposite of no more than would be no less than. So this might be something like X is at least 8. So X, identify the symbol for at least, be this one, and then 8. Okay, so those are our words. Now what we're going to do is we're going to separate this piece of paper from the rest of our packet so that when we go to this next page and we're actually practicing, we can look up our words on this page. Okay? So the first example is just being able to identify which symbol goes with these words. So basic one-steppers here. One thing, X, an inequality symbol, and a number. So we'll start with X here. So X, that's my variable. Then we're going to use our sheet to identify what symbol we would use for is less than or equal to. Is less than or equal to. That means this is the symbol I'm going to use there. Okay, so let's put that symbol. And then we'll go ahead and put our number. 8. Okay, pretty much all we're doing. We're just making sure we use the sheet to identify which symbol. That means that the X is always first. Not necessarily. We could, this one right here says 14. 14 is coming first, so we could put the number first. Just not as common. We like to have the letter first. But then says is more than. So reference the sheet. Is more than. This symbol here, so that's the symbol we're going to put. And then my letter X. Okay, the last one. This one does have that X first. X is at most. So that at most, we're going to reference the sheet. At most is right here, so I'm using this symbol. And then the number 32. This next little set doesn't have the X like the top set does, so we have to just put an X on each one. You can go ahead and put X, 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 or you can change it based on the problem. So this one's talking about an infant car seat is designed for babies and toddlers weighing. So we're talking about somebody's weight. So you can call that W or you can call it X. So their weight needs to be, here comes the symbol, less than, and then my number. My number for this one is 40 pounds. Okay. You must be at least 5 years old to go to kindergarten in the state of Iowa. So X in this case is going to stand for your age. So the age of the person must be at least. So reference my sheet here. At least goes with this symbol. And then my number. Okay, last one. Again, I'll have my X. So X is this, on this one, it's talking about the cost of something. So a sign on a store display says items are, so the cost of those items are $4 or higher. So this one's a little bit tricky. So my number 4 is going to go here. And then for my symbol, I have higher. So is higher than is this symbol. However, it says it can be $4 or higher. So the 4 means it can be equal to 4 or higher. So that one did have like a little bit of a tricky situation in the symbol where it didn't actually say or equal to. Okay. We can pause here if you want to try first 4 problems on page 3 of your packet, or you can keep going on with the notes and then do all 10 problems at the same time. Okay, so step 2, example 2, like we already said here, is going to add one of the following symbols. Okay, so what we need to remember, if you don't remember, is what do the following words mean? So I'm going to write them off to the side, and if you need to write them down, please do. So the word sum is going to come up here, which the word sum is going to stand for plus. The word difference is going to come up here. It's going to be subtraction. The word product is going to come up here, which is multiplication. And then the word quotient, which means divide. Okay, so of those 4 things, those are going to come up here. One of those is going to show up in our answer, and that's why this is a level 2. Level 2 is going to have one of those operations in it. So the first one shows us having the word quotient. Okay, so quotient is going to be our operation. So that operation is going to be multiplication, or division, division. That division is going to go in between m and 2. So my variable m is going to go in there. My symbol, quotient, and then my number 2. Then I'm going to have is greater than, that's that symbol, and then my number 23. Okay, try that one more time. The product. Product means times, that's going to be the operation that I put in here. That times is going to go in between 5 and y. So typically I don't put a times if there's a number and a letter, but you can put it if you want, it doesn't hurt anything. Is less than or equal to, look it up. That is the symbol here. And then 15. Okay, last one. Our operation is going to be plus this time, and that plus sign is going to go in between x and 15. So it's going to be x, put in our operation, 15, and now we are ready for our symbol, at least 32. So at least means symbol. That's a greater than or equal to symbol. And then 32. Okay. Now you can go ahead and try the problems on the back.